What is up, my beautiful Rosebuds? Of course, it's your favorite Rosebud, Niecy K, and I'm back with another video for you guys. I'm back with another video. Hey, yes. And this one's gonna actually be an interesting one. So of course, I myself have made some mukbang videos, and I've dibbled and dabbled in the community, as I do love to eat myself. I have gotten inspiration from Belove myself. I even actually found out about Eat With Q from Belove. So I was completely thrown off when Q actually dropped her exposing it all video. So yes, as you guys can see based off the description I just gave, this is going to be about how Q actually dropped a exposing it all, and she did a part 1 and part 2, and I took a look at both of them. This drama has gotten so big. I was sitting back just like collecting all the information that I could, getting all the tea that I can, wrapping my mind around it all, and now I am going to go ahead and come to you guys pretty much giving a breakdown about the drama and my opinion on the situation as we discuss along. So before we get started, I do want to go ahead and ask you guys to smash that like button, comment, hit the subscribe button, follow your girl, it's free 99. Also hit that notification bell so that when I do upload more videos, you guys are alerted about those. Now let's go ahead and get into this whole situation. Now I'm most likely gonna have to break this up because there is so much that is coming out, and I kind of want to give details so that, because you know, if I'm coming with that, I'm coming with the deets, I'm coming with all of it. So I am actually going to go ahead and I'm going to speak on Q and what she came out with first, and I might do the second video with what Belove and her family came out with, or I might put it in this video, who knows. Anyway, so the first thing that I actually wanted to touch on about Q's video is that in her part 1, she made a comment. Now, of course, she doesn't say that she's talking about Belove and her family, but she makes a comment where she states that a grown man shouldn't take time to warm up to people. Now, everybody put 2 and 2 together on who she was talking about, because she ended up pretty much saying that he came in acting like he was some queen. She was talking about the youngest son, Darius. So on that particular situation, I kind of had some questions. Now, again, I'm not picking any sides. I'm not sitting here saying that I dislike you because she did this. I'm just giving my commentary on this, and I'm calling it how I see it. Now, in my head, I was sitting here thinking like, all right, Q, how exactly can you say how a person should act? Like, how can you sit here and say that it shouldn't take no grown man time to warm up to you? Now, I myself, like, if you look at me, I'm very bubbly, I'm very outgoing, like, you know, I can talk to pretty much anybody, but my husband is very reserved around people he don't know. Like, if he knows you and he's comfortable with you, yes, he's cool, he can laugh, he can kiki it up, but if he doesn't know you, he's very reserved and he's more to himself because he doesn't know you. So pretty much how I'm taking it is she's saying that because he wasn't acting in the manner that she was and acting bubbly and giving off that same energy, that she felt like he was being rude. And I'm just like, that makes no sense, bro. Like, that makes no sense. Like, not everybody's gonna act in the same manner that you do, right? Second, how can you tell people that they can't tell you how to feel as far as when you were telling your story and telling what you was going through and how you was feeling in the situation, you were telling people that they were not there. They cannot tell you how to feel. But then in the same breath, you just sat here and tried to tell somebody that they are rude and shouldn't take time to act in the way you deemed appropriate, because that you felt that was inappropriate. Like, literally at the end of the day, you just literally sat here and hypocrisy at its finest. Like, how can you sit here and tell people that they can't tell you how to feel because they weren't there, they didn't experience, but yet you're trying to come back and tell this young man, Darius, that, oh, the way that he was acting was inappropriate and it shouldn't take him time to warm up and it shouldn't take him time to be what you expect him to be. Like, you were sitting here like doing the exact same thing that you were asking others not to do to you. That literally, that makes no sense. Like, what in the heck? Like, that is a freaking conundrum. Like, come on. What the heck, Q? Like, come on, man. Come on. And then when she's explaining further into the video, she pretty much says that she was speaking with Belove prior to the collab. So they had been talking and behind the scenes for a minute, right? But after being in the presence, she pretty much called Belove and Belove's family fake and phony, and how the family puts on for the camera, right? But from how Q herself was explaining it, the issue really wasn't with Belove. It was more with Belove's family, and it was more towards Darius and the husband, right? Because she pretty much acknowledged that Belove was her bubbly, polite self, and how she was talking to her and hey girl and stuff like that. So it really seemed like she was more trying to find a reason to kind of drag Belove into the situation. And literally that's wow. Okay. So literally, like, the stuff that she was saying as far as like what Belove did, it made no sense to me. It seemed like she was reaching. Like, so you were mad because you're saying on 2 occasions you told Belove of how you were getting weird vibes, and pretty much alluding to the fact that you were dealing with probably some racism because of how you were being viewed and how you were getting looked at and how people were like following you around and stuff like that. And when you mentioned it to Belove, she wasn't relating to what you were going through and you didn't understand why. Well, maybe because she doesn't experience what you experienced in that town. Maybe because she's been there for so long and she grew up. Well, I don't know if she grew up there. I'm not gonna sit here and say she grew up there, but she's been there for so long. She doesn't have the same experience as you. Somebody new coming into a town full of people, and if anything, from what it sounds like a small town where everybody knows everybody, and y'all are new, y'all ain't never been seen before. So I mean, is there situations where it could have been some racism going on, like when you were sitting here saying that the employees were following y'all around or whatever? I'm not gonna sit here and say that there's not, but I feel like there's just some aspects of it where you sitting here reaching, and that's just my opinion on it, right? Like, I'm really not trying to be one-sided about this particular situation, but I'm gonna be real with you. Like, when I was sitting here looking at Q's video, I kept sitting here being like, bruh, like, literally, what are you complaining about? What is your grievances? What is wrong? Because everything that it seems like you're trying to complain about has nothing to do with a person being rude or anything like that to you. It's just how you perceive things and how you didn't like it, right? Now, she even was sitting here talking about how the collab with Belove was a disaster and how like it took her 20 minutes or longer, maybe even an hour, for the boys to come down and say hi. Like, she literally was sitting here talking about how Darius was acting like a queen and turning his nose up. And then I cannot say if he was turning up his nose or he greeted her in a manner that she didn't like because I wasn't there. So I won't do that. I really won't do that. But it's pretty much widely known that Darius is shy and timid. So there is a possibility that him being shy and timid, he was reacting in a way that was more shy and timid and reserved. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, maybe Q's perception on the situation is that he was sitting here being disrespectful and being rude. But like I said, she is literally sitting here trying to tell him when and how he should act, but yet and still don't want people to tell her how she should feel in this situation. That doesn't make sense to me. But all right, so this all was what she was talking about in part 1, right? So then we get into part 2. Now with part 2, because she kept alluding in part 1 that she had pretty much somebody who was there, who was a witness, and that they were going to be in the part 2 video, right? And when it came out, it was pretty much her sister as her witness, because her sister was the one that was there with her and you drove with her up there or whatever, right? But the one thing that really rubbed me the wrong way, I'm just gonna throw this out there, like you cannot use this situation and compare it to a situation of sexual assault. That was completely uncalled for. That is just a bad analogy to use. That wasn't it, sis. Like, you could have used something else. You didn't have to use that one. Like, you tried it. You really tried it, and I did not appreciate that. That was just, wow, you tried it. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just let that go. Now the main thing that boggled my mind, right, is that Q assumed that since Belove and her family didn't experience the same vibes that she experienced when she was out there, like I told you prior about how the people were acting and alluding to them being racist, that all of a sudden now, like, it's an issue, and that, like, bruh, for real, like, not everybody's experience is the same, period. You doing too much trying to push a narrative, and literally you were out here like, because like a lot of people even said, why are you doing this now? And she was like trying to explain that she's doing this now because she felt like she had to tell her truth and this, that, and the other. But like, bro, like, you okay. And then, like, she even sits here and says that Belove's husband said that he don't like when black people comment on white people, or like pretty much trying to say that he doesn't like when black people say anything about white people, as if like he's one of those who he feels like, you know, black people just complain, and like, I don't know how she was trying to push that whole situation, and literally it seemed like she was trying to push a narrative and make this family out to look so bad, and I don't even understand why. Like, my questions is, first and foremost, why would you feel the need to actually make a video? If you felt some kind of way, right, why not sit here and actually contact Belove? Because, like, let's be real, like, Belove came with them receipts, but it's been exposed how you sat here and you pretty much was still reaching out to Belove, like, after the situation, after the whole thing, and you said that you cried all the way home afterwards and y'all left early because you were so, I guess, disgusted with how you were treated. But yet and still you sitting here still talking to Belove and everything. So I don't know, bro. But so Belove and her family dropping their receipts. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to watch that, and I'll get y'all in tune. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and until the next video, guys, bye.
All the eyes around me, all the eyes on me.